Hello Libra, welcome to your September forecast for the year of 2017. I am Kyana Mayfield from LibraLunacenter.com, and this month is a preliminary month for the beginning of the next chapter, which occurs in October, as we just received the downloads from the eclipse season, right, in August, with the solar eclipse in Leo in your 11th house. This was the initiatory phase for an entirely new world, an entirely new blueprint for the next universe, the next chapter that you are just beginning to initiate now, as this is post-eclipse season and we step into it fully as Jupiter moves into Scorpio in your second house in particular on October 10th, which is when we officially launch off, right? And this is Virgo season, of course, so Virgo season being the season of harvesting, and for you in particular, this is a very meditative, contemplative, somewhat withdrawn from the outer world period of your life, right? This is the cocoon phase. This is when you retreat from everything, right? And go within to discover the blueprint for what is to unfold as we enter your birthday period by the end of this month, as we step into the autumn equinox. So happy birthday, Libra, as we get to the end of September, right? September 22nd. And this month is all about being just on the edge, right? Just on the edge of the news story, just on the edge of the next chapter. And we started off because, you know, this horoscope is late, but it is still having an effect through all of September, right? And I will be here to discuss October very soon, so just be on the lookout for that. But on September 6th, we had the full moon in Pisces, conjuncting Neptune, right? And for you, this was happening in your 6th house. And for you, Libra, this was a time that set into motion. Think back to the new moon solar eclipse that occurred in Pisces earlier this year, February 26th, right? This is when we entered, this is when you entered a whole new period in how you orchestrate your reality, right? How you look at your reality, and the day-to-day type of behaviors that propel you into a healthier version of the reality that you actually wish to live into, right? Like looking at your dreams and how you can align your actions, your tactics, your strategies, and your day-to-day environment, your day-to-day living in a way that supports this dream, right? And this full moon is the release of that. It is the release of this confusing type of I want to say rat race type of bubble that you've been in, but I'm seeing it as like a state of constant anxiety, right? Constant anxiety in how you operate in your world. Like this may not be true for many of the Libras out there. Many Libras may have confidence and self-esteem already, of course. If you cultivate these principles, they will be there for you. But the Libra archetype in and of itself has been in this state of disillusionment, right? Disillusionment in regards to how you are, like how you operate just on a day-to-day level. Like there is this state of being absorbed by your environment that has been tricky for you, right? This state of being absorbed by the influences that surround you, that has been that has been leading to this state of confusion and befuddlement in your life, right? Like it's baffled you because you've been absorbed by it, right? Your entire even your energy, right? Your health has been absorbed by the state of affairs that have been happening in your environment. So this full moon in Pisces is the shedding of what this whole year has been thus far, right? The last 6 months have been for you this confusing, somewhat wishy-washy type of energy, right? Being even feeling stuck in a certain situation, in a certain environment, in a certain way of behavior, in a certain way of living. And this has been the downfall for you. This has been the downfall for you, how you use your energy, right? And how you allow your energy to be absorbed by everything and everyone around you, just kind of letting yourself just kind of be swept away by the tides, right? And in a sense, this has been detrimental because with Jupiter in your sign, right? This has been this has been aiming for you to expand in ways that suit your own personal truth, right? That speak to the direction and the purpose of your life unfoldment here, right? And with the Virgo energy right now that has been building up in your 12th house, this is the unconscious, somewhat digging up of all of our habit patterns, our unconscious projections, our unconscious behaviors and motivations, and looking at what needs to be cleaned, right? Because it has been infiltrating your relationships, it has been infiltrating your reality, it has been infiltrating your level of satisfaction and how you orchestrate your daily schedule. And you're in that phase right now, in this month, you're in this phase of complete silence, right? Complete, perhaps even isolation, but coming back to center within yourself by staying still, right? Staying still, staying silent, staying introverted, without being absorbed by your environment, right? But without having your energy sucked from you. You have to return within. You have to be silent. You have to listen to the still small voice within yourself this month, right? And as that happens, you are able to shed the cocoon that you've been in. You're able to shed the skin, the layer, the mask that you've set for yourself, that you've demonstrated to the world, right? You're able to live into what you say you want to do, right? And this is the detoxification of old patterns, old behaviors, old ways of using your energy that do not serve you anymore, that do not serve the path and purpose that you're looking to become, right? That you're looking to capacitate. And ultimately, this is having you look at a healthier lifestyle. Look at what's actually good for you in the long term, and for the manifestation of your dreams, right? The manifestation of what you hope and wish to build in your life. But since you're in this state of being withdrawn, you have to set the blueprint first, and you have to start from a clean slate. And the clean slate ultimately culminates on the new moon in Virgo, which occurs on September 19th. And this is happening for you in your 12th house. So new moons in the 12th house are the downloading of the blueprints for the future, and as well as the official closing out of the past, right? So you no longer have, collectively, we no longer have the nodal axis in Virgo Pisces. So this is a very pure and unfiltered, right? New moon for all of us. And for you, especially Libra, you're coming to terms with the new universe that awaits you, right? You're coming to terms with the new life, and you're seeing who you need to become in order for you to capacitate this new life, right? And you're seeing it as it's like an orb. You're like in a bubble, you know. It's like being in a womb. It's like being in a psychic sort of chamber or bubble or womb that is housing all of what's to unfold through this next cycle as we enter your birthday period, right? And before that happens, you have to look at the universe. You have to look at the universe that is awaiting you, right? You have to look at every facet of it, and you have to find a new level, a new way, a new version of yourself that must be brought into the equation, right? You have to find a new level of service. You have to find you have to find new intentions, right? Because the old way of doing things no longer works, right? You have to find and you have to set new karma for yourself. You have to throughout this whole month until we get to your birthday, it's a time of clearing house, right? It's a time of cleaning up the messes of what these past few years have been for you. And especially as you had Jupiter last year in your 12th house, which was the overemphasis and the light being shined like clear, point blank on what needs to change for you in order for you to step into the next world, into the next chapter, into the next version of yourself. You have to look at everything that is unconscious and hidden and is as playing itself out in a way that perhaps no longer serves you. And Saturn is also this month stopped, meaning it has been at 21 degrees Sagittarius for the past 2 months, and it will move forward by the end of this month. But it for you is in your third house of the mind and your environment and the big picture and your how you communicate your authenticity, right? Your individuality and how you know yourself in this world, right? And the plan for your future, right? And it has been in your third house since the end of 2015, and it will be moving into Capricorn by the end of this year as well. But where you've been feeling stuck, right, in regards to your plans, in regards to your mind, how you see your world, how you see yourself in your world, and how you see your life in general, and perhaps the influences that surround you, your environment, where you've been feeling stuck in this particular somewhat phase, where you haven't been able to progress in the way that you want to. You're finally now starting to move forward, but it comes down to setting the intention to be healthier, setting the intention to come from a pure and genuine and authentic and completely innocent level of being. That this is what sets into motion the new karma, right? This is the new level of service that you're offering. And in a sense, it is the beginning and the end. It is the beginning and the end. So this new moon will also be speaking to Saturn, right? Squaring over to it. And it will be opposing Chiron in your 6th. So you have to face all the fear. You have to face the anxiety. You have to face the performance anxiety, perhaps, of being able to change your habits, of being able to change how you are in your world. Like Libra, it's almost as if you're overwhelmed. You're overwhelmed with so many things to do, so many things to change in yourself. And with that pressure, with that pain, with that level of discomfortability in your day-to-day world, right? This is what's been somewhat tampering with your ability to discriminate between what is good for you and what is unhealthy, right? What is bringing you to a state of future unfoldment, of future progress, and what is bringing you back to the past, what is bringing you to a point of stagnation. And it is only through meditation, it is only through dreaming, it is only through being completely silent within yourself that you come to this point of knowing what your dharma is, knowing what your purpose is, and being able to wipe the slate completely clean, right? To start from a completely fresh place. And you have so many opportunities to progress, to evolve, to become more than you are. And it is in its phase of being out of shadow, so it is in completely new territory, and you're receiving all of these new opportunities and life directions you can possibly take in your life that are somewhat kind of just streaming in like a waterfall, because Jupiter is preparing to leave Libra. So it is like the final outpouring of whatever this entire year has been for you, right? Like, what does it all culminate to, and what ultimately do you want to take with you? Which we come to exactly by September 28th. We have a huge conversation happening in the sky. We have Jupiter in your sign opposing Uranus directly, 27 degrees. Uranus in Aries, retrograde. And this for you is happening in your 7th house of relationships, of the world, of society, of how you relate to other people and love in general, right? And we have Pluto coming direct on the same day in Capricorn at the bottom of your chart in the 4th house. And Libra, all of this is happening for you in angular houses, right? You have Jupiter in your 1st house. You have Uranus in your 7th. You have Pluto in your 4th. And we're coming to your birthday period by September 22nd as the sun enters Libra, right? And Mercury shortly after. You're coming to some major life decisions, major life directions. You're like, you're at the crossroads, right? Between one life and the other, between the old life and the new life. And you have to make, by September 28th, you will be making some of the biggest decisions of your life, right? That change the entire direction of your life story up to this point, because this is happening for you in angular houses. And this is getting you to make huge commitments. Wherever you've been on the fence, in any area or department of your life, you know, if you've been wanting to start a new business, let's just say, this is the final commitment to making the dream happen, making it a reality. If you've been wanting to start a new relationship, right, as you've been having Uranus as a steady, somewhat chaotic force in your 7th house of relationships, this is the last year that Uranus will be in Aries, or it will be retrograde in Aries. It will come back to Aries in 2018, but it will no longer retrograde in Aries, right? It will be retrograding in Taurus. So it'll be a completely new story by then. And your relationships have been teaching you nonstop about what it is that you are, what it is that you want, the life path that you wish to inhabit, right? Your purpose in life, like what your destiny ultimately is. And Uranus now being at the final stages of Aries, it's coming to the end of your 7th house, right? It's coming to the end of the chapter. It's coming to the end of this story, this ongoing theme of chaos and surprises and constant the oscillation between, you know, the acknowledgement of what you want and what you don't want, what you are and what you are not, right? And this is now coming to the central focus. What is the central focus of your life? What is your destiny here on this planet, right? What is your purpose as a human being? And what does that look like in the outer world for you? You have to make some major decisions now, Libra. I know this isn't necessarily easy for you, especially as Pluto is coming direct in your 4th house of emotions, of your foundation, of the integration of your personality into something more, right? You're becoming more now as you take control, as you take reign over your power in your world, right? Your emotions coming down to what you feel just at the core, the base and the center of your consciousness, right? what you feel has equal measure, has equal weight to everyone else's opinion, right? To everything else in your world. And you have to give as much power as you do to others, to yourself, right? To what you just desire in the most natural way possible, right? And with that, you're looking at who and what you're taking with you, what the story will be from here on out. This is the opportunity for a completely new slate in your life. This is an opportunity for you in general too, because this is happening in your 1st and 7th house. This is major relationship breakthroughs, right? Major relationship decisions. And what is culminating now, since this is such a big life commitment to a specific direction, to your life purpose, right? Happening now. This is the opportunity now for lifelong. It has the opportunity for it to be something that is here with you till the end, right? Something that is a sustainable love into the long term, right? And as you come to these even if it's just self-love, right? It can be self-love. But with that, with this new foundation that you're setting in your new level, of confidence, of self, of the acknowledgement of your purpose here, Libra, you attract relationships that mirror this back to you, that mirror the love you have for yourself. So, thank you very much for watching, Libra. This is a very internalized month for you until we get to the end of the month, into your birthday period. And we'll be having some much more major conversations happening for you in October. So I will be back to discuss what that is for you. And you will be first, since it is your birthday month. So thank you very much for watching, Libra. I hope you have a wonderful September. I'm so sorry for being late with this horoscope once again, but be sure to check out your sun, your moon, and your rising/ascendant sign for more information that may be relevant to your personal natal chart. So let's say, or if you have any stellium in any particular sign. So let's say you have 4 more planets in Aries, you would check out that horoscope as well, because it may contain information that may be relevant to your personal natal chart. And as always, listen to your personal intuition above and beyond all the advice that's out there, because that is your #1 GPS, right? And if you would like a personal natal chart reading with me, I do have links in the description for you to be able to do so. So thank you again, Libra, for watching. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month in October.